Ubisoft has released another article for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Last time we did see stealth, focusing on Naoe, and the new article that just came out is focusing on the combat, and it is focusing kinda on the Naoe as well. I was actually hoping for more Yasuke for the combat article, but Naoe is still pretty solid on the combat aspect as well. But yeah, before we deep dive into this article, we are going to have 2 more articles after this one. Next one focusing on the parkour, and I'm really surprised if we see Yasuke on there, because 2 latest, like I said, have been focusing on Naoe most of the time. And before you ask my prediction when the parkour article is coming out, I actually would like to say on Tuesday or Thursday, either in the between days of Christmas and New Year or right after the New Year, but I may be wrong. Thus that Ubisoft is starting to run out of time before the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and after the parkour we are still having the exploration article coming out later next year. And yeah, that one is definitely next year. I would say it is probably coming out between 13th of January and 20th of January, something like that. I may be completely wrong, and these are just predictions. So let's dive into the article, and if you want to read the whole thing, just follow the link in the description box down below for the full article. In AC Shadows we are having light attacks, heavy attacks, and also posture attacks. So I'm not going to go through of every little bit of information in this article, just the highlights in my opinion. So posture attacks, holding input on any attack, that is pressing and holding the light or heavy attack button, will charge that attack to significantly increase its damage output. This is called posture attack. And pretty much you can take your distance from the enemies. All posture attacks are great at breaking through on enemy blocking stance, breaking their guard instantly. Of course, light attacks are faster than heavy attacks, and that is also gonna be seen in the posture attacks as well. But yeah, you can build different combos with these 3. So let's keep going from those basic things. What comes to the defense, it is said Naoe and Yasuke can defend themselves, some unique to each protagonist. So that's both Naoe and Yasuke can do it. Parry and deflect, both Yasuke and Naoe share similar mechanics under the parry/deflection umbrella. Blocking, unique to Yasuke, and yeah, you block, so that's it. Of course you will have skills and abilities, can also be acquired and learned throughout your journey to further develop your combat repertoire. Some of these are active abilities that are triggered manually in the combat to deal more damage. Some are combo variations or extensions. Others introduce new mechanics that require precise timing and new tactical approaches. But yeah, I think these are pretty basic standard stuff in my opinion. And usually when I'm starting any game, I am button smashing right away in the first couple minutes, so I can see what I can do at the start with the buttons. If you are doing the same, leave a like for this video, and if we can get 69 likes, well, nothing, that is just funny number, so let's do it. Let's move on to the weapons. Naoe's weapons. First, Katana is well balanced and versatile. It offers a good balance of speed, damage output and defense. Well-timed attacks can stagger enemies, opening windows for posture attacks. The Katana unlocks the ability to assassinate enemies through closed doors. Kusarigama. The fearsome Kusarigama is Naoe's best option for crowd control. Its extendable ball and chain, ball. Jokes aside, you can reach enemies at a distance and push back numerous enemies all at once, while its side is adept at giving single enemies a very close shave. The Kusarigama unlocks the ability to rush assassinate enemies up to 10 meters away. And also I'm gonna use the next weapon, Tanto and Hidden Blade. I'm so excited that we are getting the Hidden Blade combat back. I really had so much fun in older ACs. If you want to check my recent experience with Assassin's Creed 2, you can find the video in the pinned comment, actually. So, Hidden blade combat marks its return when combined with the Tanto dagger, whirling slashes and lightning fast stabs. It is the ideal weapon for that strike and retreat, death by 1000 cuts playstyle. The Tanto and Hidden blade combo unlocks ability to perform double assassinations. Up next, Yasuke and his long katana, pun not intended actually. The legendary samurai weapon, scaled up to match Yasuke's size, is versatile and well balanced, equally efficient in attack and defense. It is an excellent choice in one-on-one duel or in the middle of large-scale skirmish. So, seems like there is nothing like really special about the long katana, besides it is awesome weapon. But let's move on to Naginata. Naginata, standing at over 2 meters in length and sporting a sharp bladed tip, the Naginata for Yasuke's weapon of choice for crowd control. It is very efficient at keeping enemies at bay as well as dealing damage to multiple enemies surrounding you. The next weapon, Kanabo. I'm probably butchering these words. If you speak Japanese, let me know how I'm doing. But yeah, Kanabo, perhaps Yasuke's deadliest weapon and definitely his heaviest. The Kanabo can break through enemies' defenses and pulverize armor with the slightest hit, but its deadliness comes at the price of speed and mobility. For the Kanabo players, timing will be everything. And I don't think we actually did see gameplay with this weapon. I tried to Google something for you on the screen about the Kanabo right about now. Okay, and we are repeating stuff. So Yumibo, we did see Yumibo in stealth article for Yasuke. This is exactly the same clip used there previously. The great Japanese Yumibo allows Yasuke to attack unsuspecting enemies from yeah, so yep, it is a bow, it is bow. Also, we are having Teppo rifle, and that is actually funny because Teppo is also a Finnish name. So that is kind of funny to me, but yeah, Teppo is a good opener when you don't mind being noticed, and yeah, that is exactly how I like to play. Anytime I can tank anything. Bull in the China shop. Mastering weapons takes time and dedication. In Shadows, players gain experience through combat, earning mastery points that can be spent on their favorite weapon type to unlock new abilities. Also, we are having multiple enemy types in AC Shadows, like outlaws, and basically those are just like thieves, very weak, very untrained, unarmored. At least that is what I'm getting from this article, but be wary of their brutes, who can still be deadly. We are also having Asikaru soldiers. So Asikarus are conscripts and volunteers forming the bulk of any clan armies, carry basic weapons and fight using conventional tactics. So foot soldiers, basic ones. Then we are having Ronins, masterless samurai. If you have played Ghost of Tsushima or anything like that, you already know what Ronins are. Then we are having samurais, superb warriors, well trained and fierce in combat. Samurai can carry a wide variety of weapons, from their trusty katana to mighty kanabo. They can also wear impressive selection of armor sets, including some very high level endgame sets, and employ a surprising number of attacks and counter attacks in the fight. Then moving up with the samurai daisho. An offshoot of the samurai family, daisho are enemy types that only can be found in military castles. They have unique fighting styles that mix a lot of techniques, and they are a stiff combat challenge all by themselves, let alone when surrounding by other samurai. Samurai daisho are the gateway to some of the best loot in the game, so they will definitely be worth of the time and effort. I really hope samurai daishos are similar what we had in AC Odyssey with the mercenaries. I really hope this is something like that. Then we are having the Guardians, an elite group of badass samurai. And yeah, that is how it's worded in the article. Guardians are used as reinforcements when the alarm is raised in any given province, and you cannot miss these guys because they have white manes and face masks. Guardians aim to strike fear in their opponents and offer some of the most difficult combat you will find in Shadows. Flurry and unstoppable attacks Flurry attacks are marked by distinctive blue glint and unstoppable ones are marked with distinctive red glint. Also, speaking about the colors, we have those for the assignations as well. White, instant assassination, yellow, no kill but damage, and when the assassination is red, it is the denied assassination. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this article. Did you think the gameplay was mint? Do you think the gameplay was solid, bad, whatever? Let me know in the comments. I am actually keen to hear your opinions, your thoughts, but keep it civil. Also, Ubisoft or Assassin's Creed Reddit did host AMA on the 11th of December, and they were answering some burning questions of the players. I'm not gonna go over absolutely everything, but that subreddit will be linked in the description box down below if you want to check absolutely everything. Let's start with Raptor's questions. The first question that was asked by Raptor: are the guardian enemies mentioned in the combat article unlimited? Do they spawn, or can you at one point get rid of them all? It was answered like this: guardians will first spawn when the bell rings. They will go after you and search if they don't see you. You can try to kill them. They are pretty much the hardest archetype, but you can. They won't spawn again, so you can continue to play the castle you were infiltrating. However, in the world, on the roads, and in the other strongholds, you will see them and they will respawn when you leave the area. So that is just like the mercenaries in AC Odyssey, but these are a little bit more stationary. They are not roaming, at least that's what I'm getting from that answer. Of course, correct me if I'm absolutely totally wrong. The second question asked by Chor: does Yasuke put the range weapons in his main weapon slots, or are there separate range slots? So does using the Yumi bow, for example, mean that you can have one melee weapon that you can then switch to? If yes, can you then switch between the rifle and the bow as one playstyle? And it was answered like this: Yasuke has two weapon slots and you can choose to go melee and range. Range meaning bow or teppo, or equip two melee weapons. Personally, I like using two melee weapons and switch back and forth. Question number 3 from Chor: with the Link attack ability, can you also rapidly switch between melee and range weapons for special combos? Link attack is more for melee to melee weapons. To keep staggering in the same combo, you can already be pretty fast switching melee to range by simply holding free aim or using the melee attack. And last question from Raptor: any more info you can give about the fight tournaments? Tournament is a quest where you need to defend few opponents that are more handcrafted for special challenges. And the tournaments were mentioned in the very last part of the article, the defensive actions. There will be many opportunities to test your skills in combat in Assassin's Creed Shadows, from surprising encounters in the world, fight tournaments and dueling against legendary opponents. We can't wait for you to explore all the depth of that system when you get your hands on the game on February 14th, 2025. Another commenter, Kilranor: can we disable the kill cam black and white effect? And it was answered: no, you can't. It is a specific celebration for unique targets. If you refer to the special abilities effect, it's part of our special abilities realizations. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of that black and white effect, but let's see. I might change my mind, but at the moment, to me, it is not looking that great. All colors, I prefer like cinematic finishers and stuff like that. Alright, so next question. For the sake of AC Wiki, how will the canon narrative work for this game? We have added a mode in the game called Canon Mode that allows you to choose free narrative. You will still be able to switch characters in open in this mode. This question was really interesting. What places, cities, castles, landscapes, etc. we will able to see? It was answered that your journey will take you through mountains, farmlands, forests, shrines, temples, castles, castle towns and villages in 9 vast provinces. Players will be able to visit Lake Biwa, Asuchi Castle, Kyoto, to name a few. Assassin Central asked how is parkour present in the game? Will we have cities to parkour in? Are side and back ejects present and effective? We have some large cities like Kyoto and Osaka where you can parkour on the roof and over streets using some trees and grappling hook swing. We kept the back eject, but for sure we have less very high building in Japan compared to the other AC games. So we focused on the core parkour to feel fast and fluid climbing on the roof and jumping off it. To add more parkour elements, we have some underground caves to explore that are hidden inside Kofun. We also have hidden trails specifically made for Naoe where we mix parkour ingredients and grappling hook. Brad Waterhouse was asking will base upgrades be returning to the Shadows? I'm referring to Valhalla and the main base upgrades you get by completing raids, potentially upgrading your shinobi village to learn new skills, etc. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, the hideout is your base. Compared to the settlement in Valhalla, we wanted to give players far greater freedom for customization. You can simply also go there and decorate, adding fences, trees, pets that you collect in your exploration, connecting building, adding pawns, etc. And making long story short, each new thing you build will have a gameplay impact like improving your scouts, upgrading your allies with the dojo, unlocking new engraving opportunities with the forge, even things like a tea room that improve your ration efficiency. Benson 134679 asked, will Yasuke be able to climb and perform silent assassinations? Yasuke is able to climb, but not as high and fast as Naoe. So as long as he can reach a beam or something to climb, he can. As for the assassinations, he has no hidden blade, so he can quote-unquote assassinate with his weapons, which are not silent at all, but still. And that pretty much confirms, at least to me, that Yasuke will not have hidden blade at any point in the game, if anybody was wondering. But yeah, if you want to see everything that was asked and got answered to, check the link in the description box. Just before end of this video, I want to ask you a question. Does it really matter if Yasuke
is an sexualist?
Also, why? Before ending, if you want to support the channel even further, consider becoming a member of the channel. You are getting some cool perks like custom emojis, early access to some of my videos just like this one. And also, if you're gonna buy this game or any Ubisoft games, I actually have a deal for you. Using my promo code at Ubisoft Store, so SKATHA, aka Skatha, you are getting a whopping 1 cent off of your purchase. So thank you, and thanks to Ubisoft for having me. See you in the next one.
We are the shadows
that serve the light.